Oh, no, no. No, no, we don't need to see that mess. Y'all can still see my laundry baskets, can't you? Whoa, that was very southern. Girl, you grew up in the South. What do you expect? So, hello. My name is Shantel from Shantel's Probably Sorry. I don't think... Usually I write down my intro comments. I forgot to this time, but I think I had a pretty general idea of what I wanted to say. It's literally been half a day since I recorded my Orphan Black episode, and I found my intro comments. Turns out I did write stuff down. So, thinking about S, oh yeah, if you want to skip my intro comments, check the description or whatever. Yeah, thinking about S dying makes me sad. And when I said I was going to be more upset about it as time passed, I mean, like, you know, I was going to think about it more and I was going to get sad about the character death. And that's the thing. I mean, I don't normally cry over character death. If you see the videos on my channel, you probably wouldn't believe me. But, I mean, just in general, a character will die and I'll be like, unless, you know, it's a really sad death or the acting was on point or there's a character grieving for this death, which, by the way, if there's like really good acted grieving in this, I may cry. Sorry. But I don't know. It's just she gave so much for them and kind of devoted her entire lives to them. And in the end, we're, you know, still making the sacrifices for them and still... in a way, even though she anticipated that everything might backfire and she might lose her life, she wasn't exactly planning on it, even though she considered it was a possibility. And I mean, she did this for all of the sisters and for her family, knowing that she was probably going to die for it, or that she could die for it, and she did it anyway. And I don't know, it's going to be really sad not seeing S here. S could tell she was going to die. S died for everyone. I already discussed that. And, I mean, not only... I'm editing my Orphan Black video right now. I'm an idiot. But not only did S know she was going to die, but I knew she was going to die. Or at least knew that some shit was going to go down and highly suspected it when I saw her writing that letter. And the music with death. The way the music ended when S's life ended. I think that's what broke my heart. No, like the death itself broke my heart, but that was just the icing on the cake. It was just done. It was just silence and it was just over. So this show, I noticed, deals a lot with Greek mythology, and I think there must have been something happening in the last episode involving Greek mythology that must have come up, because, like, why did I think of that? I don't know, but this show deals a lot with... Oh, the art gallery. Yeah, Greek mythology. This show does a lot of that. I know that this is going to be a more Helena-oriented episode because Helena has been kidnapped. Speaking of which, back in season 1, because I was editing my rewatch with my 102 rewatch. Back in season 1, like when Paul was like, I'm going to Cody's. Do we think that he meant a friend Cody's that Beth actually knew? Or was Cody just a code name for, like, you know, Cody? You know? Like, as in Dr. Virginia Cody. Do we think that? Has anyone else considered that? Because I just know that I was editing it and I was like, Cody, he's said he's going to Cody's, but wait. Let's see what I wrote down last week. I want to say that Tatiana's acting has been quite on point. I really hope she gets nominated for an Emmy or wins an Emmy. But also I really love Viola Davis, so if Viola Davis is nominated again, it'll be hard between them. But I really think that Tatiana is doing an amazing job this season. Emmy for Emmy for Tat. Oh, and the Kofiend scene, the one where they're sending out the documents so that they can be publicized, and Cosima just breaks down. I wonder if that was actually a part of the scene or if that was improvised. Because regardless, it was a very touching moment, and I think that Evelyn and Tat did a wonderful job. Ebro. did a wonderful job in that scene. One more thing before I start the episode, also about Cosima and Delphine. I feel as though it was improvisational, but when Delphine bought the portrait of Cosima, and Cosima was like, "You own me now," and Delphine was like, "You're mine." I kind of feel as though it was improv, but if it wasn't, if it was scripted, and I hope I'm not reading too much into this, especially since I think it was improvisational. I mean, it would speak to Cosima's development in a way, because she has had issues with being property of people and of corporations. And I don't know, it just occurred to me, and I was like, that's an interesting thing for the character to say, even jokingly. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start this episode now. Oh god, there's 1 week left. Speaking of 1 week left, I said I had a surprise for y'all, and I have not worked on it. Oh well, I guess I have a week to do it. But yeah, so I guess that means I'm going to start this episode. Oh shit, I need to plug in my amp. You boo-boo the fool. Oh sweet Jesus, no, 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 no. If anything happens to the babies, are we getting Helena flashbacks? Because if so, that would be amazing. This is what I was saying though about the Helena flashbacks, is that if the actress that played Charlotte and Rachel would be able to pull off a Ukrainian accent. So I see a different actress here. I mean, good for you. Or whatever. No, no! I'm just kidding, I didn't want to see this. Yeah, I didn't want to see this. I feel myself kind of tearing up a little bit. Her and the food. Do we think that this food is also kind of a comfort thing? Because, I mean, I always thought that she just ate because she loved food, but do we think that's what it is, that it's more of a comfort thing? Interesting if it would be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shh.
Some of you know what we've been through more than others.
I'm glad that they didn't show Sarah actually finding the body, because that probably would have wrecked me. Thanks.
She wrote us a letter, 3 of us.
No.
Before she was taken.
No, 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 no. No, thank you.
Just remember, my loves. Death is nothing at all. I've only slipped into the next room. You can call me by my old familiar name. Put no sorrow in your tone. I promise we will laugh at this difficult parting when we meet again. All my love, S.
Breaks my heart not being there for them. Yeah, well, Delphine gets back tomorrow from France, so we can all go over together and see them.
Write down how
for us as people.
Sucks
I can't even begin to process Siobhan. I can't imagine what Sarah's going through.
that they can't be there.
And
I said I didn't want to see her cry as multiple characters.
She hasn't cried yet. She's probably just trying to be strong for Kira.
Multinational investigation has taken
Painting
control of all
of
research.
I think I saw it last
suspended the
episode.
financial activities.
My turkey chili.
Thanks. Buddy Rachel is behind this.
Sacrifice was for my family too. The illusion threatened all of us. So whatever you need, however, whenever.
I'm sorry, I'm so emotional.
Hello.
Yeah.
Come on here, please.
Hey, Thomas. That baby bump looks a little suspicious, but I'm gonna go with it.
No, I can't wait. Cut them out.
John, let his puppy dog. Coward.
Contractions will start soon. The more you resist, the harder it will be on these babies.
Old liabilities. We've synthesized this pathogen. The future is female! Haven't you heard?
Shut up.
We need assurances of our own.
Okay, Frontenac.
Hello. Well, it was absolute murder, but I completely reconfigured the seating arrangements.
I was like, don't shoot the Felix, thank you. Okay.
I'm fine.
Bullshit.
Okay, look, this only illusion investigation now includes me.
Got stuff to write down.
This should be the final one.
Gracie's thinking of becoming a dental hygienist. I thought about being a teacher. Is that maybe? But, you gotta go to college, right?
You were always the fastest swimmer out of all your brothers.
By the way, why am I so tired?
Sometimes the vaccine causes drowsiness. When you wake up, you'll be that much closer to Gracie.
I'm so happy.
I know.
And now you are.
Why is this show killing off all the characters because it's the final season? Tatiana's very good at pretending to be pregnant. Like, I've seen her in another show being pregnant and giving labor. So, this should be interesting. Wow.
I will make you proud.
This isn't It's not the girl from the comics, is it? The girl she killed in the comics? Oh, I brought my comic book downstairs. No, this isn't the girl from the comics that she killed.
They look like me. I am a copy.
No, child. You are the original. But not your soul.
Shut up, Thomas.
I am the original.
You are the light.
I just want to give her a hug. Damn. Oh. Wow.
I'm not special. I'm a copy like my sisters.
Oh shit.
You killed your own sisters. You stink like an animal. What kind of mother could you possibly be?
Hey. Don't hurt her.
Hopefully when she's dilated to 8 centimeters.
Okay. Okay. Cody, shut up. No. No thanks. That was unnecessary. I mean, obviously, part of it, the part where Helena is not self-sufficient, is true. You know, how it's complicated to raise children regarding finances, but that's not what Cody was talking about. She wasn't talking about how it would actually be difficult to raise a child. She was... Right, I'll think about it.
I pulled the trigger for the second time today.
I don't know.
Oh.
Please. All I know is the person with the biggest target on her back is her.
Rachel, I say we give you up.
Look at my baby go. Wait.
What could that possibly be?
I don't know how I feel about... Oh. Is it? Are they going to do a clone swab? Or are they actually going to give them Rachel? I don't know how I feel about them giving Rachel. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's Sarah.
Then what's she supposed to do when she gets to wherever they're taking her? Stall. Sarah will have to keep him busy.
It's because of the wig. Sarah's pretending to be Rachel wig has bangs and Rachel's wig does not. I love how I could just tell it was Sarah. I was like, oh, that's Sarah. It's because of the wig.
This wychowujecie chrześcijanie. Powinny byłby to też eksperyment.
Okay. Excuse me?
Close. I'm right behind tracking them. Is anyone else finding this route familiar?
Why would they go anywhere near the
I'm choosing
swarming with investigators
to believe that didn't happen.
outed outcasts?
She's gonna be fine. Denial.
Why?
Digging at your fingernails that you can't stop. I know how you constantly write letters to your biological mother, who you've never met.
Stop it.
I know how you touch yourself in the shower, where you think it's clean.
Stop it!
Sarah got skills. Interesting how Sarah can tell that the woman has daddy issues. Damn it. Hey.
I think you've had enough of this one.
No, we have not. Somebody. Skills.
Now release it.
Come on, Helena. Come back to me. Come on. Come on, Mason. Stay with me. What's that for? Head dissection. You can't cut her open. She's lost too much blood. If she's not conscious to deliver, I have no choice.
What?
Elena?
There's so much happening. I'm just watching, okay? This show's rude as hell. Like, Helena cut herself, and I was like, no. No. They aren't killing Helena today. Well, actually, no. I was hoping that she didn't die. So, I mean, I still hope she doesn't die. Because there's a lot happening here. What the fuck is this episode?
I hope the legacy that we're leaving is that the show breaks the boundaries of storytelling.
Its legacy is its message.
We break the mold of what a television show should be. How many of us thought that?
This show really does break those boundaries. The show is stellar, in my opinion.
Wake up!
I'm sorry, sister.
Interesting to see the entrance to where everyone was, where all the business took place.
Now's my turn.
Art, my guy, please be careful. It's interesting the sacrifices Art is willing to make, or how far he's going.
Contractions restarting.
That face. Oh shit. She fucked her off.
You are shit, mother.
Oh, baby's coming.
Are you kidding me? You're literally kidding me. That's the end of the episode. That is where you choose to end the episode? Rude. It's Helena. That's beautiful. Jesus, who will make it to the end? Fuck off. Y'all are rude as hell. Why? Y'all, no. No. I'm very happy Helena is not dead. Did you see me? I was like, what was that? So, I didn't actually write much down. That was pretty intense, in my opinion. You guys. I cried a lot in this episode, and actually, I would have cried more, except my tears got interrupted, and then they didn't come back, which I was fine with, because, like, you know, I can only take so much crying. And speaking of crying, my first thing I wrote down is cry as multiple characters. Last week I was like, I don't want to see her crying as multiple characters. No. And I mean, we saw it. And then also, I mentioned it there, but it's sad that because of the secrecy involving the sisters that Cassima and Allison couldn't be at the funeral. They did say, you know, SS people, but they both would have loved to have been there. But Beth and Art with the shooting, just more parallels. I think it's interesting the way Art was there for Beth when Beth shot Maggie Chen, and the way Sarah is being there for Art when he just shot Frontenac. I don't know. I mean, I just noticed felt as though it was a similar situation. I don't know why I wrote down Cody and Helena's baby. I probably said it during the episode. No, it's because Cody was being that Cody butt face. Like, why? Here's the thing. Abuse is said to run in cycles. I was just thinking, just thinking a bit, and I thought I would say this, that abuse tends to run in cycles, right? Where if you grow up abused as a child, or went through a certain type of assault, there is a likelihood that you will grow up, continue the cycle, and perpetrate the same abuse or assault or bad behavior. Aside from genetics, just your environmental conditioning. But there are also the people who they went through so much shit that they were like, I would never do this to anyone else. This hurts too much. I would never beat my kids. I would never do anything of that nature to anyone else because I know how badly it hurts me. There are the people, I'm switching back, there are the people who want other people to feel their pain. They're like, you have it so good because you don't have to experience this, or you don't have to experience that. I want to make you feel it so you can understand what I'm feeling. But then there are the other people who are like, I hope that you never ever have to feel how I'm feeling because this really, really hurts. I think that Helena will be the latter of those people. The people who know what she went through and what it turned her into, and who knows that she would never do that to her children, and she's going to be the best person that she can be. I feel like that. I feel like Helena, in terms of nurturing her children, will be an amazing mother. Yes, there will obviously be things she needs to work on, like, killing people, maybe. But she would make an amazing mother, which is why, and of course, motherhood is more than just actually nurturing, but what you can provide for your children. But this woman was talking specifically about Helena's capabilities of being a mother, or the way Helena would nurture her children. So I disagree with Cody, and I think that she was wrong for saying that. And especially with Helena being as, I don't want to say gullible, but as malleable almost as she is, where she is very open and receiving of what other people tell her, because she is vulnerable like that. She is childlike like that because of the childhood trauma she experienced, and because of the lack of actual nurture in her, like Rachel, trying to find it where she can get it, and therefore taking these people's words and trusting them completely. Like, Helena took that to heart, and and then there's two parts to, her cutting herself and trying to kill herself. There's the part where she felt insignificant because of what Cody said and began to believe, what type of mother would I be, right? So there's that sudden insecurity, and I don't want to say self-loathing, but potentially self-loathing. And then on the other hand, there's the fact that she knows that her children would grow up to be an experiment, and she doesn't want them living the same lifestyle that she is living. So there were two parts, if not more, there were two parts at least to that decision that she made. Even in part of that decision that she made to kill herself, she was doing it for her children and making that sacrifice for her children. She, in her own mind and in her own way, was trying to protect them. But, I don't know. Feels weird not seeing S also. I'm pretty sure I said everything I needed to say there. If not, it'll just be in next week's episode. I wonder how I'm gonna get out of this. Please don't kill anyone. And then also art. I think I might have mentioned it, that it's not necessarily the sacrifice that Art is making, but more so how far he's willing to go, how wrapped up he is in this. It's very easy to look at him as someone who's not actually a part of the situation, just kind of a passenger of Clone Club, which I think I might tend to do that too. Obviously, he's wrapped up in all this and he's been there for them and he's helped them continuously, and you know, he is a part of Clone Club and he is a part of, you know, what makes this group of people or group of characters so important. He's really wrapped up in this. Sometimes I don't realize how wrapped up he is until, like, you know, I see him this episode. He, you know, shot Frontenac. Frontenac. I wrote it down on my sticky notes and my handwriting is horrible, so it's probably Frontenac, but I remember that one time I called him Frontenac. I got this. Chill out. Frontenac. He shot Frontenac. That was more of a, you know, self thing because Frontenac was about to shoot him, but then he threatened to shoot Al. Damn it, I have his name written down. It's Alka something. I'll look it up, figure it out. And he's going in there and oh, I just hope everything works out well for them. Knowing this show, it probably won't. Huh. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go watch episode 4 of The Bold Type because I'm watching that now. And then I'll edit this. But yeah, so on my channel this summer, fall, I'm watching Orphan Black. Right after this, I'm doing my rewatch, posting my rewatches of Orphan Black. Wynonna Earp season 2 next year, probably. Wynonna Earp season 3 if I'm still alive and still am able to do this. That's depressing. I watched The Flash, The 100, Sense8 next year, and The Bold Type, not Supergirl. Can't think of anything else. But if you want to subscribe because you're interested in those things or interested in me or interested in hearing me speak, then I guess subscribe. And like the video if you liked it. Thank you for watching. I know I haven't been looking at the camera. Thank you for watching, really. And for contributing to the discussion. I appreciate it. And so I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I guess that means bye. Alright.
Shut your bleeding mouth.
They want you next.
You can be the illusion yourself.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's the frogs.
I protect her from science devils.
That you will grow up, continue this cycle, and perpetuate.
Ian Van Leer.
Lights are cool. But yeah, I found this while I was looking through my bedside drawer. I'm a fool. Sorry. But anyway, bye again. I'm an idiot.